In this quest that I have to build a good life, I've been feeling a little bit disorganized. Like I have no idea if I'm making progress, and even if I am making progress, I have no way of tracking that progress. So I made this. Let's head inside and I'll tell you all about it. My key broke off. So these are the aspects of a good life that I'm currently working towards. We have fitness, sleep, eating well, purpose, finances, freedom, friendships, and community. And the idea behind this chart is that I'm gonna rank each one on a scale from 1 to 10. And then when I feel like I'm improving in an area, I'm going to adjust the rating accordingly. Also, if I feel like I'm getting worse in an area, then I'll adjust the rating accordingly, but hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's very possible that it might. So let's go through them. First, we have fitness, and I'd say I'm probably a 6 out of 10 in that area. I said 6 out of 10 because I don't think I'm necessarily where I want to be or even close to it, but I already have most of the habits that I need to get where I want to be in place. I'm currently going to the gym 3 times a week. I'm playing pickleball 2, 3, 4 times a week, and I'm going on runs when I'm not doing one of those 2 other things. I still really want to get jacked, and I still have a lot of work to do because I really want to be in the top 1% of men in America, because if I want a life that is, you know, the top 1% of lives, I have to act and do things that the 1% of people do. So I have a long road ahead of me in this area, but I'm currently on the road that I need to be on to get to the location that I want to be at, if that makes sense. Next, we have sleep, and I'd say I'm probably a 7 out of 10 in sleep. Sleep is so important, and as you probably already know, it sets you up for everything else like on this list. If I don't sleep well, I'm probably not gonna have motivation to go to the gym or eat healthy. If I don't sleep well, I'm probably not gonna wanna pursue my purpose or my goals. I'm definitely not gonna be as good of a friend. It's just the foundation for everything that we do. So obviously I wanna sleep good, and I've tried really hard recently to start sleeping better, though there's a lot that I still can do. Like I currently sleep in a cold room and I'm decently strict about my bedtime. I'll put my Whoop stats here. My sleep consistency is pretty good and my overall sleep score is not bad, but I definitely could get it higher. I currently still watch YouTube videos before bed. I should be reading, I should get off the phone, I should limit the blue light, which is why I'm at a 7. There's progress to be made, but still, I feel like I'm in a really good spot. Next, we have eating well, and I would probably give myself a 5 out of 10 for this category. People say you are what you eat, and that phrase didn't sink in until about 2 years ago when I realized that you literally are what you eat. You were a baby and you were like 20 pounds. Now you're an adult probably, and you weigh exponentially more than that. Where did all that mass come from? The literal food that you eat. And yet so many of us, myself included, eat horrible foods that are poisoning us, which is why I'm only giving myself a 5 out of 10 in this category. I know this fact. I know we are what we eat. I know I am taking years off my life when I eat fast food, and yet sometimes I still do it. And that is why there is so much improvement to be made. I eat overall pretty healthy, probably way more healthy than the average American person does. And I could rate myself higher because of that. But my standards for eating healthy, I think, are higher than the average American person. I want to cut the fast food out entirely. And I only do that once every, 2 months, but still I want to cut it out entirely. I want to cut out the ultra processed food, the snacks, all that stuff. So no excuse here. I just need to do it, and then I know I will be so much happier and healthier for doing it. I just gotta do it. And when I eat healthy, I feel so much better. The other night I was at a diner and they had these like mac and cheese cube things with cheese drizzled on top of them. It sounded good in the moment. I was really hungry. Such a bad idea. I felt awful after. And I got like a buffalo chicken wrap as well. Like that the mac and cheese thing was an appetizer. Oh man, just not the vibe. Just not the vibe. So I know why I want to eat healthier. Like I will feel so much better. I just got to do it. Next, we have purpose, and I think I would give myself a 3 out of 10 for this one. So 3 out of 10, by far the lowest score yet. I just feel like I kind of don't have a purpose right now. I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I know the general idea of it. I know the general gist of it. Like I want to help people. I want to maybe help cure loneliness. I just don't know how to do that, and I'm not currently working towards that goal. I'm making these YouTube videos, which is great, and that's sort of helping with the whole purpose thing, which is why I didn't give myself a 0. Also, my current day job, it doesn't fully fulfill me, but it's all right. It somewhat gives me purpose. But in the future, when I do start my own business and I'm actually really helping the world and I can feel that, this number will just skyrocket. It'll be a 10 out of 10, I think. But until I figure that out, I think this is what it's at. And if anybody has some tips on how to figure out like what business to start or what you want to do, please tell me. I really have no idea and I could use the help. The next category is finances, and I would give myself a 4 out of 10 in this category. The reason I'm only at a 4 out of 10 in this category is because eventually I want to get to the point where I have full financial freedom. I don't want to worry about money. And I know that's an ambitious goal, but why settle for anything else? And for me, not having to worry about money is not some crazy thing. Like, I don't need billions of dollars. I don't even need hundreds of millions. I did the math, and if I have $10 million in a high yield savings account, that'll give me like 5% interest annually, which will give me $500,000 a year before taxes, of course. And that $500,000 a year is more than enough for me to feel like I have enough money, to feel like I don't need to worry about money. And that doesn't need to come from 10 million in the bank. That would be ideal, but that can also come from working or a business or whatever. But $500,000 a year should cover the comfortable life that I want, the 4 kids that I want, all that stuff. And currently I have nowhere near $10 million in the bank, nor is my salary even close to $500,000 a year. It's not even $100,000 a year yet. But when I do start my own business, I think this will also skyrocket. Well, maybe not in the first year, but eventually. Next, we have freedom, and I would give myself a 6 out of 10 in this category. I don't love the idea of somebody else controlling my time. Time is the most valuable resource that we have, which is why I want control over my time and freedom. And currently, I'm not doing bad. I gave myself a 6 out of 10 because the current job I work at, everybody's pretty chill and flexible, but somebody else still does control my time. It is still a 9 to 5 job, and if I want to play pickleball from 9 to 11, like, I can't do that. And that's okay for right now, obviously. But eventually, that is what I want to move towards. So 6 out of 10. Next, we have friendships, and I would give myself a 5 out of 10 in this category. The reason I'm giving myself a 5 out of 10 is because I'm fortunate enough to have some really good friends. My best friend, he's more than a friend. He's like a brother to me. But overall, I would say there's some friendships that I have that could go a lot deeper. And also, I think I want maybe more friends, and that sort of goes along with the next thing on the list, community. And I don't know really where the line is. Like, I want to be part of a community and sort of have friends there, but I don't know if those friendships necessarily need to be super deep, but also it would be cool if they were. So I'm not really sure how that works. But overall, I think something is missing in the friendship category, whether it is the amount or the deepness of these friendships. Currently, I only have like 2 real friends. Maybe 2.5, but I do think if that number went up, it would be nice. Sort of to have different friends in different categories of my life. Like a friend to watch sports games with, a friend to play video games with, or friends for all of that. I don't know, I need to do some more thinking in this category, but I would say overall the vibes I'm getting are 5 out of 10. Also, don't feel bad if you don't have a ton of friends. I know sometimes I feel that way. In today's world, in today's culture, like, that's totally fine. Also, if you're in your 20s and you feel that way, like, you're in a transition phase. This is the part of your life where you lose friends because you have different values from them, because you move across the country, because of whatever reason, and you're gonna eventually make new friends. This is just the time where it's hard to meet those people. Like, when you have kids, it's easy because you bond over your children, but this is the time where it's really hard to meet people. In order to become friends, it requires being in the same location repeatedly without pressure to become friends. It sort of has to happen naturally. College makes it easy because you're in classes together, you're sharing dorms with people, but when you graduate, there's not a lot of things that bring people together. There's work, but maybe you work from home, maybe you work with people 3 times your age, so this is the phase of life where it's really hard. So don't feel bad if you don't have a lot of friends. I don't either. I'm trying to make more, and I'm sure I will as life goes on. And finally, we have community, and I think I would give myself a 3 out of 10 for this category. So being part of a community, this is the place where you go and there's no pressure and you make friends. I've been trying to find that place that works for me. I'm not religious, so a church doesn't work for me, although that is the best place to do that, I think. Country clubs are also great places. Those are sort of non-religious churches in my mind, but those are way too expensive and I think a little too snobby for me. I've been going to pickleball at the same place a lot, and I've been meeting people there, and I finally remember their names. So that's why I gave myself a 3 out of 10, because I'm actively trying to do this, and I also sort of have a place where I'm getting to know people, but a lot of them are older than me, and I'm not walking in and saying like, hey, yo, what's up? Like, I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm not at the point where I like feel very comfortable there. I don't feel like it's my place, you know? And that's where I eventually want to get to. So yeah, this is my good life chart. This is where I'm at, and the goal eventually is to get to 10 out of 10 in all of these categories. I'm going to keep updating you guys if I make progress or if I go backwards in any of these categories. If you want to download this chart for yourself, I put a Google Docs link in the description. And yeah, this is where I'm at. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm really excited to do it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I don't even know what day of posting every day this is. I've lost count. I think that's a good sign though. Hit that subscribe button if you want, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.